if you're going to carry a torch every day of your life, it's actually got to do 4 highly non-negotiable things. And it's got to do them really well. Firstly, it's got to be bright enough to be actually useful. And it's got to be tough enough to survive endless engagements with reality. Point number 3, it has to be sufficiently small that mommy and daddy can trust you at all times to have it with you. Like, if it's too big and you're not going to carry it, what's the point? Finally, it has to be insufficiently precious. It's no good having a torch that's so good, the torch you've always wanted. If it's too good to bring it with you because engaging it with reality might scratch it or otherwise damage it, what's the point? This is why I keep working with Olight. I carry an Arc Pro every day. It's an awesome piece of functionality and industrial design. Olight's end of financial year sale is on right now. Full details in the description. And yes, they do send me the product, but they don't control or otherwise influence what I say about it, nor my enthusiasm for the brand. I am insufficiently desperate, frankly, to devote any time to spruiking brands that I do not believe in. And I've got 4 top-tier Olights for you today, each available at a substantial discount. The Arc Pro is my EDC of choice. And yeah, dude, I get it. Like, EDC is the kind of thing someone might say from deep in their underground bunker in the backyard, sitting in front of their tins of stockpiled beans and their gas mask collection, is it not? And yet, on the other hand, I do carry this every day, and it is preposterously versatile and utterly helpful. This thing is flat. It conforms to you better than a round torch ever could. It won't roll off the bench or over a cliff, and the button is always indexable. Black is tactical, I suppose, but this orange one is dead easy to find in the bottom of your bag. It's kind of the opposite of stealth. And that's the whole point. For your typical automotive application, under bonnet drama, you drop a fastener, it rolls over there under something dark, whatever, this thing is awesome. Packing up your camera gear, anything on location, when do you lose it? When you want to get home quickly, right? So very useful. You get a spot beam and a flood beam, and there's even UV, which you might think is not that useful, but in specific professions, they use UV all the time. Like doctors and vet surgeons are using UV all the time when they inject various eyeballs with fluorescein so that they can then illuminate that and see if someone or something has suffered a defect in their cornea. So it's application specific, but it's there and it doesn't cost you any more if you don't use it, because the flood and the spot are awesome. And finally, there's the laser pointer, which you can use with the spot or the flood beam or on its own. Say you're standing on the factory floor and you're trying to tell the electrician, who happens to be way up on a scaffold, exactly where you want the next light fitting. Suddenly, this process is dead easy and there's no equivocation. For me, when you add up all of the variables, like the versatility and the slimline nature, the fact that there's no real impediment to carrying it around, when you withdraw it from your pocket, it only comes out one way and your thumb indexes on the button. You don't have to rotate it around, or there's no cognitive bandwidth involved. If you need to get your torch in a hurry and do something with it, it's just there, double tap, boom, maximum brightness, which is so useful in a very limited number of circumstances. So no bunker required, dude, but you are prepared, and I'd suggest that if you only buy or own one torch, if you want to be that minimalist torch-owning dude, make it the Arc Pro. The O-Pen 3 is distinctive. It's a bolt-action pen. It looks nothing like a torch, which is kind of the whole point. It's a pen. You never have to explain carrying a pen, and yet it is a bunch of versatile tools that fits in your pocket, and if you ever do need to sign the papers, then you can use it for that, and it's quite a nice pen. The O-Pen 3 simply does not scream special operations fantasy, does it? Like, it's just a pen, dude, but hidden in plain sight there is a multifunction torch and a laser pointer. During the next zombie apocalypse, you could conceivably use this thing to prevent your brain from becoming the next family meal deal at Undead Macca's. Like, dude, it is quite robust. Hypothetically. This thing is especially versatile if you work around vehicles or tools, machinery, you're in classrooms or meetings, you have to do inspections, or you've got jobs where you are constantly trying to illuminate a small thing in that dark place. Of course, like most people, I used to think that having a laser pointer was only for a vitally important business development manager during a PowerPoint presentation to the board or something of that nature, but au contraire, because they're far more versatile than that. It's like, dude, see that black clip up there? Except otherwise they don't, because it's a black clip on a black plastic thing in a dingy resource up the back of some access chamber designed by someone who clearly hates anyone who ever has their hands on the tools. With an O-Pen 3 you can write, illuminate and point with the same object, and it is actually quite a decent pen. It flies well under the radar and it performs when you need it to. At the opposite end of the subtlety spectrum is the entirely overt Marauder Mini 2. This thing is ideal in a 4x4 or a boat. At the outset, I doubt that there are trousers in existence in which the Marauder Mini 2 is an EDC proposition. Hashtag unlikely. But sometimes you just need a big, heavy device to get a big wad of light and just chuck it endlessly a couple of suburbs over that way. MCG levels of luminosity are possible in spot and flood. It's very versatile like that. You get red as well, and you even get a little reading lamp if you need that. So you can dim it right down when you don't need the MCG. So that's kind of nice and makes it a lot more pleasant around the campfire. But when you need a lot of light, this thing is the GOAT. The Marauder Mini 2 is ideal for lighting up a huge area, finding lost livestock or the family dog, or locating something on shore from hundreds of meters off in your boat. If the zombies act up again at 2 a.m, it's perfect. For search, rescue, if suddenly the chips are down and you need light, the Marauder Mini 2 all day long. It's the one I put in my cars. It's in the cup holder with a pair of Ninja grip gloves to stop it rattling, but they do kind of go together. They're a good match. And finally, I'm really excited to announce this. It's my first official collaboration with Olight, the Baton 4 Premium Edition in its bespoke charging case, the Limited Auto Expert Edition. And it's 40% off right now using the link in the description. The Baton 4 torch itself is tiny, so there's no excuse not to carry it in a pocket or a handbag, and it is preposterously bright for its size. The case is storage for the Baton 4, multiple recharges, it's magnetically retained, and It's an external power bank. I shoot a heap of vlogs just like this down the barrel of this camera right here called a Sony ZV-1 Mark II, which is a great little camera. I love it, even though it has one catastrophic weakness. The battery life sucks. It's trash. It makes trash look awesome. But the solution is kind of staring us in the face. If we commit camera inception right here, all you do is you get the Baton 4 case and you plug it into the ZV-1 Mark II, and then you never have to endure the indignity of the camera dying halfway through the best take ever. Ask me how I know. Once again, it's one device that achieves multiple functions, so another EDC hero. A dead phone is a proper first world fail, and this is a countermeasure. So if having a torch in your pocket every day makes you feel something like a prepper, even though you acknowledge intellectually that light is potentially quite useful during periods of intense unscripted darkness, put this torch in your bag, because a dead phone at the worst possible time is legitimately worth prepping against. Olight's end of financial year sale is on right now. I will have links in the description plus a discount code for non-sale items just down there. Remember that there's only ever gonna be 150 of these limited edition Auto Expert Baton 4 premium edition recharging case gizmos. So get in quickly for that, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Olight for the support, the initiative that put this together, and also for just making a sensational lineup of products that are reasonably priced and not junk, which I'm sad to say is rare enough in modern life. So thanks to Olight for that, and thank you very much for watching.